Hey, hi, I'm your host, Oraldo, for It's Tejano Time,
Hey, and I'm Nemo with Tejano USA.
and you're watching and listening to Tejano Talk. Hey,
Thank you. Thank you for showing up.
yes, thank you. Okay. Hey, we're supposed to have a guest. Our guest is still on our way, but I just got back from San Antonio on Sunday, and it was great. But before we talk about that, and before our host shows up, we're going to have to play it by ear until he shows up.
You are the host. I thought who
Oh well, yeah,
you're a new host?
our
The
guest
guest.
host,
Okay,
our
got it.
guest host. You're right. Okay, we want everybody to subscribe to YouTube, our channel. All right, you don't have to pay us for this great show that we're going to have, but one thing that we do ask of you is please subscribe and click that button and that bell so you get notified. Right, Nemo?
Yes, definitely. That's a great way to
Okay.
support us, and
Yes.
we need all the support because we need more than two people watching us every Tuesday. We appreciate that.
Yes, and especially if you've seen us more than once, you probably should be subscribed. And definitely, it's a gentleman's agreement. Okay, you don't have to pay us. Our payment is for you to subscribe and communicate with us on there. So click the bell and everything.
It's
Nemo,
kind of when they say we're not number one, you are.
that's right. They're number
Those
one,
cheesy things, that they say.
and they make us better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sam finally showed up.
Oh wait, you know what? Sam contacted me. His dad's been in the hospital for 2.5 years. And so, yeah,
Wow, Sam, sorry to hear that, man. I hope he's doing better.
yeah.
God bless him.
Well, his dad's in the house now, so hopefully he's doing better. But that's why he hasn't been showing up because his
Yeah.
dad like
Oh,
that. But I told him
understood.
family first.
Family
Okay.
first, absolutely.
Yeah.
Take care of it.
And okay. And if anybody wants to contact us, they can contact me at Buddy
Bam.
at ItsTejanoTime.com.
Or Nemo6753 at.
Yahoo!
So,
You know I love to do
I'm
that.
sorry, guys.
No, 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 no,
I'm
no,
gonna
no,
change
no,
my email to Gmail or something.
no, no,
Maybe
no,
this
no,
will
no.
happen.
Okay. You know I love to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We all know.
So, how was your week? Because I'm fixing to talk all about my
Yeah,
week.
yeah. Never mind about my week. Let's just go straight at it. Right now we're in the fanfare
Yes.
aftermath, the hangover. What's going on?
Oh,
So who? First of all, who's our guest coming up?
okay.
And is he a
Our
no-show Joe? Or
yes.
what's going on there?
No, no, no. Okay. I talked to our guest is Bino G. Do you know who Bino G is, or shall I tell everybody?
Well, no, I mean I've heard of him obviously because you told me a few times and you told me
Okay.
about TTMA and so forth. You were so
Right.
excited. So tell us
Well,
about Bino G.
okay. Well, he is the coming soon, the TMA national radio show host. Okay. I think it's going to start in the fall, but that's something we could ask him. But he's a program event coordinator for the Tejano Music Awards and Fanfare. I know him from Fanfare. Okay. And so last year I was given access to Fanfare, and that's where I introduced myself to him last year, and he remembered me, and so I got a media pass this year, and this last Wednesday, Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. Remember our good
I,
friend Bumper?
yeah, yeah. No,
I
I
did
seen
you
it.
watch his show last week?
I watched it.
Okay, well I was there, and but
I know
more.
you were sending me pics and stuff that you were there.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
right.
yeah,
We
right.
know. We know.
Oh, I sent you some real good pics
Yeah,
during the
I
bit.
know.
All right, but Lawrence and I were there, but we weren't on the show. Okay, but the show started with the Abadra Boys. Do you know who they are?
Again, I watched it, so I know who they
Okay,
are.
all right. Well, I told you to watch the Bino G portion of it, but I'm
Okay.
glad you watched the whole thing. And so they were two little great kids. I think the Los Chamacos are like mentoring them, and so they're a great bunch of little kids, and so we got to see them, meet them, and listen to them play a lot.
Would
But
you say they were the highlight of the fanfare groups, or did they bring a crowd? Did anybody know them? They create a
well,
buzz because it's only an accordion and guitar player, right? Bajo
yes,
sexto.
yeah,
So how they? I mean, I saw them, and that's they're a novelty because they're kids and stuff.
right.
They sound good for their age and stuff, obviously, and they can only get better. But
Yes.
how were they in front of fans and stuff? I mean, did they put on a show or was it just like, like there?
I didn't watch them.
Oh, okay.
Uh, they like I forgot what day they were performing, but when they were playing, I was somewhere else because there's 5 stages. I mean,
Right.
the whole event was great. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't go to every stage at every opportunity because sometimes like I miss Patsy Torres' show, I miss
Wow.
Eddie Gonzalez, but I saw him last year, so I was okay. I had to like weigh my choices, and so if I saw him last year, I I kind of took the other route, and but you asked for the highlight of my show, of the
Yeah.
show.
But what was your highlight?
What do you think it was?
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, it was Stephanie. Oh, I got Stephanie. I saw Stephanie. I saw her whole family after the during
They,
the show and everything, and got her phone number
they didn't
before.
report you for stalking or anything?
No, 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 no. I'm not sorry. Okay, you know what? Okay, but no, no, I'm not. You know what? I was afraid you were going to bring that up again. Oh,
I was saying,
I was.
how far did you go? I mean, did you go, have to go backstage, had to go there and
Oh,
talk to her?
I was on the stage.
Oh, on the stage. Very good.
Yes. When I start editing that footage, you'll see how close I was. I was.
So this footage is going to be used when and where?
Say that again.
This footage you took on stage,
Yes.
when are you going to use it and where?
I have to find some good time to edit a lot of these because I took a lot of footage. I took like probably over 100 gigs of footage like that, and
For
that's
a future Tejano Time video or
yes.
what? All right, got it.
I'm not gonna do like 2 3 hours of just fanfare. I'm gonna piece it out and spread it out. Like I'll do a Stephanie show. I'll do an Elias. I saw Elias and the homeboys there. I talked to them, and I got some stories over there about them. And you, okay. Besides Stephanie, of course, you know Stephanie was my favorite. Yeah, and I was looking forward to this. But I saw Sigano for the first time. Have you ever seen him live?
Did you say,
What?
hey,
Wait,
Sigano? Or
wait.
did
No,
they correct you when you
no.
said, hey, Sigano?
I didn't talk to him. I
All
didn't
right.
talk to him. But have you ever seen them live?
I have.
Oh my God, they are so good. They put on a real good show, and I said, I've never seen them before, but I'm a big fan now. I
Most people are. Anytime they see them, they're fans. They real high energy show.
I didn't know how good they were until I saw them. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, and they actually sang with Isabel Marie.
Where did you
And
see them at? Did they perform at the
it's
fanfare?
a fanfare.
Okay.
That's all I did this weekend.
I didn't see them on the list.
No, it was a surprise.
Okay, then why do you act surprised that I asked you this question?
Oh well, I thought you knew I was at fanfare.
Well,
And
I knew you were a
okay,
fanfare, but I know Signal was playing.
okay, but it was a guess. It was a last minute thing. I didn't know about it until I got to fanfare, and on the signs, it says Isabel Marie was a special guest, Signal.
Wow.
Like
I
that.
wonder if they're related or same family
Well,
or
I don't know. I think
management.
I don't know. I don't know why they were there. I'm just glad they were.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think it was Isabel Marie's birthday because he sang "Happy Birthday" to her, and so it was a special thing. And then afterwards, he performed. He didn't perform. I don't think he did. I was so mesmerized of the whole show, but he sang like about 4 or 5 songs I think, and I was just oh my God, this is so cool. Everything he does, it was great. Jesse Turner, big fan. Hopefully one of these days we'll have Jesse Turner. But oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
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 no,
yeah.
they're above our pay grade.
Okay. Well, hopefully,
Yeah.
you know what? Maybe if Bino comes on and well, maybe he'll see. Hey, Buddy and Nemo are legit. I'm gonna
So
start sending people his way. Right?
so how far away did Bino say you live from the mall?
Oh yeah, they probably didn't know this, but he was. I called him earlier, and he was like at 6:30, and he was at the mall, and I was going, "Oh, I didn't know you were going to do this at the mall." I said, "Well, I'm real close to the house," so he said, "I get there before 7." Well, it's 7:11 right now, so Vino, where are you at? Okay, but Hopefully he'll. I said if you're late, I understand. We'll accommodate you. So it's not going to be nice and clean show like we've had before. So I'll have to, give him a pro scene, squeeze him in like that. So we'll deal with it. We're very accommodating.
So pretty
All
much
right.
you're gonna FaceTime us.
Yes, with his cell phone.
Okay.
Okay, but you know me, I like to put little
Yeah, no,
logos and
understood.
things like that, make it look nice. And so, yeah, uh, Jesse Turner was awesome. Oh, another person I've never seen before was Lucky Joe.
I thought
Lucky
you
Joe.
did. Oh no, you
No,
saw. Okay.
he's gonna be at New West in a couple weeks, and I said I'm definitely gonna try it. I didn't know he was gonna perform either. Oh
Yeah.
yes, I
Okay.
did. Yes, yes.
Yeah, he was on the
I do.
list.
Yeah, I do remember Lucky Joe was gonna perform, but I completely forgot. And so he actually filmed a music video there. Okay.
At Fanfare.
Yeah, fanfare. So he had,
Nice.
and he was telling everybody about it and fanfare, and so he said, "Okay, I'm gonna have to lip sync one of these songs, our newest song, so we can create a video." So he told everybody he apologized. It's gonna look a little awkward, but at the end of his set, he was gonna actually sing it live for everybody, and so everybody was excited, and I'm looking forward to that because I may be on it because I was on
Because you want
stage.
to say you were still on stage from the
Yes.
Stephanie
Oh no
show.
no, Stephanie. No 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 no. Okay,
No.
okay. Stephanie performed after I
Okay.
think. So I forgot the order, but I think it was. Wait, I can't remember. If it was Friday or Saturday. I think Saturday. Saturday was Stephanie. I think it was Isabel Marie, Sigano, then the Homeboys, and then I think it was Lucky Joe, and then it was Stephanie. So I was there. That at the main stage, it was underneath the bridge. They had five stages. The main stage was under the bridge. Last year, it wasn't under the bridge.
That was the main stage, the one underneath the bridge.
Yes, and good thing it was because it rained.
Yeah, I heard. Just one
Yeah.
day, right? Or was it?
Well, it sprinkled like I think Thursday morning. It was okay, but I went to a media event Thursday night, so by the time that was finished, it was like 11:30. So I just called it a night because there's no way I would have been able to go see. I think Eddie Gonzalez was playing at from 11 to 12. And are you okay? Your audio cut. Maybe.
No, I have background noise, so I
Oh,
mute it.
oh, I thought it was because your dog was barking again.
Well, that's part of the background noise, but yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. And so, because it kind of scared me, the audio was kind of, I said, wow, it's super quiet back there. Maybe we need to invest in another microphone for you.
I don't think it's a microphone. I probably need to invest in some kind of soundproof booth or something. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
It might be the AC. Do you have a fan going in your room?
I have nothing right now. It's completely just all natural.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you hear?
I feel like it's a fan. Oh, you know what? Do you have a fan on your computer?
No, it's not even on.
Well, computer's got to be on.
I mean, the fan that's on the computer's not on.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on with your
Maybe it's
audio.
on your end.
No, it's not my end because when you turn it off, I'm crystal clear. I
Hmm,
think.
okay.
All right. All right. And so uh, Bobby wasn't there. Hey, there's Bino. Okay. Hey, Bino. Let's
Uh-oh.
see.
Oh, here we go. Here's live. Here's live for
Okay.
y'all.
Yes.
Watch this. This is gonna be good. Just pay attention to everything that happens here right now.
Okay. I
The
will
next five
try.
minutes,
Okay. I'm
we're
going
gonna go
to
live.
add Bino to it. So everybody bear with me. Okay. Hey, Bino, could you drop your camera down a little bit? I know. Oh, yeah. Everybody can't hear you, but I can. All right. So talk, Nemo, while I deal with the. All right.
Yeah,
Hey,
I want the audience to get full effect of
like
this.
a full
We're
effect?
trying
Okay.
to
Hey,
coordinate all this, bring
all
him
right.
on, make sure he's
All
up to
right.
par, make sure he's the right
Could you
size,
back
right
the back
angle.
up a bit,
But
or
that's what he
put your
does.
camera further
He's
away?
like, he's such a
Okay.
critic. Tells you to
Well,
back up, to the right,
I
to
was
the
talking
left.
to remember Raymond. I talked to him. I said, "Hey, I don't want." Oh, that was an inside joke. I called him Pumpkin Head. He said, "Why are you calling me Pumpkin Head?" Because your head's too close to the camera. It looks like a pumpkin. So that's that. If you
Luckily,
remember, for
nobody knows
those
him as
people,
Raymond, so I'm not even gonna.
okay. So I don't want our guests to look like a pumpkin. So I need you to back up.
Is Bino G bald or something? It's
No. Okay,
what's
then drop the phone down a bit. Bino, drop your phone down a bit. A little bit more. A little bit more. Okay, well then I guess I'll have to deal with it, okay? So let me crop you in here.
I hope you have
O-
the
Okay.
applause effects ready to
All
go.
right. All right. Let's see. I'm going to try to. Okay. All right. I can't tell, if you could get back further, that would be great, but we're just going to deal with it. Okay. So, everybody, here's Bino G. All right. Hey. Yeah. Okay. I don't have the audio. I'm not doing the audio. Wait a
But
second.
sorry, man, we're
Round of
low rent
applause.
here. We're low rent here.
There
There
we
it
go.
is.
All right. Okay. There
I'm
we
just
go.
messing with you. I'm here.
Oh, all right. Hey.
You have no idea how he feels. He
All
goes
right.
into panic mode when you do that.
Well, thanks. Thanks for being here. Late, but being here. That's okay.
Whoa,
How was
why are
your?
you guys
Yeah,
so late?
it's been crazy. I just got back into town today, and I've just been doing a lot of running around, paying bills and everything that I
Yeah.
forgot to do before I left, and I lost track of time, and I apologize. But we're here now, so
That's okay.
guys, what do you think about fanfare?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, unfortunately, last year I was looking forward to Stephanie, but her mother passed away during that time.
Right.
But I enjoyed every minute seeing Stephanie and everything. But I want to know because we put on an event. I used to help put on an event back in the '90s,
He's gonna
and
show you a poster here in a minute. Go ahead.
no, I'm
Show
not
him the
going to show
poster.
them. But it's right there, in case you're wondering. It's right
Okay.
there behind me. And so it's called the North Texas on the Music Festival, but it was
Oh, okay.
nowhere size of what your event, the Tejano Music Fanfare. And I know you're tired.
No, not yet. It
Not
hasn't
yet?
hit me yet. It's coming. It's coming. It's just the adrenaline's still pumping right now. So once
Okay.
that starts wearing off, I will feel every bit of that Market Square once it's done.
Oh, yeah.
I
I
can't
mean,
believe it hasn't hit yet because it usually does. I mean, right when on my way home, usually I start feeling it and I haven't yet. So hey, maybe I'm getting younger as I'm going here. This might be something that we do every year, but not just
well,
it will. I'll start going through the phases like I do every year. My body starts breaking down. I'll be in bed for 2 or 3 days,
yeah,
reoccurring dreams about fanfare, and you
yeah,
know, it does. I mean, it does take a toll on the body, but at the end of the day, it's all worth it to
okay.
Yeah.
see the event come together like it did with the fans. Oh my God, what can you say about these hardcore Tejano Cahuton fans?
Oh, yeah.
The weather was crazy these 4 days, and they were still there.
I mean,
Yeah,
they saw the
You
weather.
know,
They saw the weather, obviously, and they still went. And they still traveled from all over, and that
yeah,
says a lot.
right?
There's a lot. There was a lot of good vibes coming from it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everybody I met
Congratulations.
from
Hats off to
Florida,
you.
from New
Good job.
Mexico, from California, from coast to coast, man, it was great vibes. They're like, hey, we're not letting this weather stop us.
oh, no,
We're here. This is what, yeah, this is their vacation time, so they were going to come out regardless. And I'm so glad that they did. And got the experience to check out the new artists, the established artists, and
yeah,
for the first timers, hey, all I can say is this is not normal fanfare weather at all. We
no,
usually have beautiful, warm days and great, cool nights, And like I said, I think it's a trend because I think this happens like every 4 or 5 years. Because,
Yeah, I've been there when
okay,
it's rainy. Yeah, so yeah.
right,
yeah,
I found a picture not too long ago where I'm on it as a stage manager back then. That's already been over 7 years ago. I was in a jacket. So I remember it was cold because I didn't pack any pants. I packed nothing but shorts that day, but luckily I had a jacket to put on. But yeah, like I said, regardless of the weather and everything, they looked past that and they still had a blast out there. The performances were awesome. Um, Now, like I said, every event is not perfect. Somewhere
right,
along the line, there's going to be some screw ups here and there. I'm going to accept it as a man and apologize for any problems that any of the bands had on stage.
yeah.
And I'm going to up it to that because
You're the
when we hire
captain of
these
the
guys
ship.
in, they're there to do a job,
Right.
not to bad mouth the artist or anything like that. That's uncalled for to me.
Yeah.
So I don't appreciate it because we don't do that to the artist. much less anybody else, that's contracted in to do that. And I apologize for that if that happened to you. And if it did, contact me because I really want to know more about all this. You know what I mean? I'd
Yeah.
rather find out. But besides all that, like I said,
So
I can't
wait.
turn back time.
So can we
You know,
tag a few people, a few bands? Who we're talking about? Can you give us
yeah.
the tea on that?
But I can't. I don't want to mention
Yeah.
names.
Okay, all right.
I've
Yeah.
been contacted by quite a few, but see, a lot of them,
You can hum their
some people
song.
don't.
Can you hum the song that you play?
But some people don't like to contact us because
Yeah, no, I
they're,
understand. And that's Mexicano in general,
yeah,
for the most part. If you ever think about it, we're so proudful, prideful and stuff. We don't, we
right,
like to handle our own stuff, and we're
right.
not gonna be Karens. We're not Karens for the most part.
Right. And,
That's
and
just
my thing is, if I don't know what's happening, there's things I
right,
can't fix.
right.
You understand? So I'm very open to that. I love to find out feedback, and I'll find out more because I usually will start tomorrow, start calling bands to thank them and everything, and about fanfare.
Good, good.
I always, and if for some reason if they don't answer, I usually skip, and hopefully they'll call me back so I can let them know that they're appreciated. Every band's appreciated. You
Oh
know
yeah.
what people don't understand, and I think Jesse Turner said it best on stage on Friday night. All the bands come out there to play for free, including Signal,
Yeah.
because it's for the fan. It's for the fans to show one day, take one day out of your busy schedule to come and show them love on those stages.
Right.
Jesse was there in the very beginning of his career, also.
Uh-huh.
So he didn't forget where he came from as well. All these bands, up and coming bands, also they look back and they were talking, not to mention who was saying it, but hey, man, I remember when I first started here. I started off on one of the concho stages back there, and now look
Yeah.
at me, He's like, I said, yeah. I said, you see what the progress.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
I think Bino, I think your internet's gone out. Maybe if you could still hear us, maybe you want to log in, log out again,
Or
and
just refresh.
or
Or
refresh, yeah, or something like
that's
that.
possible.
Yeah, so that's okay. We'll talk a little bit more. I wanted when you do come back, I wanted to talk about what happened at Bumper's show. Bumper's a good friend of the show, and well, okay, Bumper's a good friend of the show, and I wanted to talk to you about. I felt you were a little ambushed a bit, but not that much. He comes from a good place, but I
He's,
know
he's
a lot of people ask questions.
he was in the Marines. He knows how to ambush people.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mess with Bumper, but Bino's a tall guy. I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah,
mess with Bino either.
and yeah, I'd like to know more of his background. I mean, how did Bino get started into all this? Was he part of the, you
That's
know,
I was
group?
going to ask him. I think he started with the volunteering for the Tejano Music Awards, but that's something I wanted to ask him too to clarify how he got started. But I
Yeah,
think one of he's getting more involved. I mean, well, he's like a big part of the Tejano Music Awards.
he is now, right? Is he the
Oh
face of
yeah,
it?
well, he is to me
Okay,
like that,
and to the
and
artist. So I'm gonna
yes.
say,
Yeah, I think he helps book the bands, if not book them himself. And
so who's the
they contact.
president right now? Do we have a president?
You're asking me all these questions. I'm not too familiar with the. I know what the Tejano Music Awards does, but I don't remember who's the president. Because I think, I don't know what. I think Rudy Trevino jumps to my
That's a
mind.
way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't been president in a while.
Okay, but he does the Tejano Gold Countdown or something like that.
Still,
I think he's done it for almost 30 years. I think he still
so
does
he's
it.
our Dick Clark, huh?
Maybe, but I think Bino is he's probably gonna do a national show similar to Trevino, but I I'm not. He's gonna probably sell it nationally, like the Rudy Trevino does, and that what was that guy you just said that does the countdown?
Oh, Dick Clark.
Dick Clark or something like that, because he syndicates it through all, like on Saturdays or Sundays. So I
Right.
think maybe Bino might be doing that also. But hopefully he comes. You know what? Let's move to a different scene. So when he does come, I'll switch him back. Okay. Oh, that's a contact us. So
No, whatever. Just contact us.
yeah, contact us. Well, he's got my phone, so he knows how to get a hold of me if
Well,
he's having problems. But
just text him. Tell him, hey, got plenty of questions.
well,
So we're on yours. Are you on Bino's side about this ambush or this?
Okay, wait. It was. I think you. I'm not sure if he knew what was. Okay, Bino's back. All right. Let me see. Okay. Let's see. I gotta add you to the scene. Hold on a second. I
Here
gotta
we go
redo.
again.
I got. Yeah. I gotta
This
squish you down
stuff
a
right now.
bit. Yeah.
This is entertainment at its best.
Yes. Exactly. All right. Oops. Okay. Almost there. Oops. I gotta. All right. Almost back. 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 Whoops. What's that? I gotta delete that screen. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, here we go. We should get you back.
Bam.
Are you back? Check, 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 Bino.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, no audio. Are you fooling us again? No. Okay. Well, say one, one, two, 1, 2 again. Okay, I
say
can't hear you too.
say Rudy Trevino.
Hold on, let's see.
Okay, I can. Oh, he's got. Okay, he's got the ear pods on there.
The AirPods.
AirPods, earpods. I don't know. I don't have them. I've got these right there. All right. You got to
Are we
connect
back
them.
on? There we
Okay, you're
go.
back on. There you go. There you
Okay.
go. All right. What were?
So
Oh,
So we
okay,
left
so
off
let's,
about beginning from the very beginning that them starting off at fanfare into their career now.
right.
So like they said, we know how valuable it is to be a part of fanfare.
Yes.
We gain gigs out of this. We do. I mean, they get people
so
from the
you
United
say
all over the
we.
United States.
Who is we when you say we gang gigs? Who you talking? You do have a
Now,
band you push
I don't.
or
Yeah, I kind of keep that confidential when it comes
okay?
down to
Right,
that.
got it.
Because these conversations, these are between me and the artist when we talk
Right,
like
no,
that.
understood.
So I don't want them to say, "Well, man, I talked about it," and he wants to go say our
Yeah.
name. But you know,
So I mean,
Okay.
we're
the
still
thing
in the
is, like
dome
I
though.
said, it's very important for these young artists when they come out there to have the best sound and everything when they come out there. So we try to provide that for them.
Right.
At the end of the day, we always try to find out who is the biggest new artist name to come out of fanfare.
Okay.
I'll start seeing that here pretty soon because you'll start seeing on Facebook once you see what I'm talking about. You'll see that name over and over and over and over on Facebook. This band was awesome. This band was awesome. So that's how we pretty much find out who it is.
Okay.
So
Uh,
who did you think was the buzzword out there? What did you
you
hear
know
about?
what? There was one band in particular that I heard new this year, and they were from Arizona.
Nice.
Conjunto La Diferencia. Man, they as soon as I walked by there, there's there's just something that catches your ear for a second, regardless if you're busy. You stop real quick to watch, and they
You know,
did. I mean,
I can't. I
like I
can't.
said,
I can't remember. I didn't get to see them perform, but I think their name was Baja Zero.
yes, from Florida.
Okay, I heard some good things about. I didn't hear them play, but I heard other people say that they were really good.
Bajo Cero came in 7 years ago, my first year as the event coordinator.
Oh wow.
Their name was actually marked off of the list when I took over because the scheduling hadn't been completed yet.
Right.
So I had the list of artists that had signed up. Their name was scratched out. I think what it was is that they just saw the name, didn't really look into it or do any homework on it, and just scratched them off.
Okay.
I did some homework, found some videos online about this band. I was like, man, they're great talent. Why are they scratched off? So I called, asked them, hey, are you guys still interested in coming to Fanfare? And they said, absolutely. And so we put them on the BNet stage.
Okay.
Yeah, those are when you first come into the industry, you start off there on the smaller stages. And by the time it was all said and done, that whole weekend they played about 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Uh,
So you said
People
that
just talked
first
about
time,
Bajo Cero this and Bajo Cero that.
but they were
The
seven. You
fall,
said they were in the industry for 7 years. So do you consider that new?
well, we consider it's not new.
Okay, yeah, but
Um,
you said they were on
they're
the
they're an
precincts.
established art. They're an established artist now in the eyes of the Talent Music Awards because they've already won an award. Because
Nice.
the following year they came back and they won Best New Artist Male. So automatically that put them into an established category. Not they're not so they can't go into the new category anymore. So now they're an
Right.
established artist. Um, we consider new with 3 CDs or less. Okay,
Okay.
you're still able to go into that category and submit. Your fourth CD puts you into the established artist categories, which opens up more categories. because you only have three categories in the new artist. Okay, so like I said, it's just one of those things where they came in and made a name for themselves. And the last several years, they haven't been here. Of course, COVID kicked in 2022. So
Right.
the year we came back for Fanfare in July, of course, that wasn't one of the things they would make plans to come down to. And then finally, they came back again this year. So we were very happy to have them out there again. And people missed them. They were always asking, "Mama said, where are they at?" So glad they can make the trip down here. But you know, like I said, you just never know sometimes when you look at a name of a band and just like I said, whoever that was, they scratched them off.
Yeah.
If I would never would have reached out to them, we probably still wouldn't know who these guys are. And I usually use that story because it makes you think that if you don't do your homework on some of these bands and listen to what they sound like and you pass them up the opportunity that you could have gave this band to go out there and perform and let the other people listen.
Right.
Hey, this could have been the next rising star in the Tom of music. You know what I
Now,
mean?
now, do they have to submit like some music to you before they can, or like
So
a
our
video?
the process for when you sign up, every band has to submit application.
Right.
Okay,
To play a fanfare.
so yes, uh, when I structure the application, I ask for two live videos from YouTube of a performance that you've done because anybody can sound good in the studio.
Yeah.
I want to see your stage production on how your performance is, all that. I want to listen to you live, and you know, it's been a great tool to work with.
Yeah.
When you listen to that. Sometimes the videos are not that good, and it's like, oh, but then I'll research it and I'll find something better along the line. Somebody somewhere on Facebook has videos of these other bands, but
Right.
that's my marketing tool there to get them in. I listen for that. I want to see if their stage presence is. I said production manager, I meant stage presence. Um, so all that comes into effect. You know,
Okay.
um, of course, when you come to fanfare, the people voice their opinions on certain bands out there, and yes, I've had some bands that I called up and I'm like, your name, is it has a norteño name to it. Oh no, but we do Tejano. Okay, well, I said, well, this is a Tejano based, event, and then to kind of find out, 80% was norteño and maybe 20% was Tejano. So yeah, these guys, they kind of caught one over on me on that, but they won't be back again. Let's put it that way, because
Okay.
that's what this event is. It's Tejano en conjunto.
Right.
But like I said, with that application, once they submit it, we go through. I go through each application and pretty much go from there. And I started doing a mock schedule. Uh, a lot of hours are involved with that. Just that
Oh yeah.
uh, I always try to find the best of the best that I can out there to come in. Some artists, they don't come back, and it's just because there's been so much negativity out there from the fans that, oh man, this guy's, there's why do they keep bringing them back? There's nobody at the stage. It's empty, and this. So you take that into consideration also. In other words, if you can't grasp the fans' ears and have them there to watch you and make them enjoy your show, you know, then I just wasted their time. I've wasted that band's time when
Yeah.
somebody else could have been put in that spot.
Right. Now, let
You
me
know,
ask you, because there's something that we talk about, and Bumpers talked about, and Lawrence, DJ Indio, talk about. Uh, and I'm glad you do this because I remember the BNT stage. You have some track artists out there with the track music in the back. And how do you? I'm glad you incorporate these artists that can't travel with the band, but they have real good music. And you're right, they do look, they sound good on in the studio, but when they perform, you got to experience that. But I'm glad you bring those artists also and allow them to play track because a lot of them, unfortunately, are females and they have a hard time finding a traveling band. And there's very few females traveling bands. So is that something you did on purpose to help the ladies of Tejano?
we've had those track artists slots open for many years.
Okay.
The track artists used to be able to perform on the bigger stages. It became to where it got abused too much,
What do you
to
mean
where
by
we
abuse?
had. I was about to get to that.
Okay, sorry.
Uh, so what happens? You're here for 7 years doing tracks.
Oh,
Where's the band? When by now you should have already incorporated a band together.
right.
So our thing is, and I spoke to the board about it. I started putting the track artists on the smaller stages because
Hmm.
I want to give you an incentive. 2 years, 3 years tops. By then, you should have a band if you're really serious about this industry. If not, then you're just a karaoke singer at that point. You got to establish a full band somewhere. If you really want to be an artist in this industry, you have to have a band.
Right.
Yep.
You know,
I've talked about Isabel Marie last year. I mean, I love her music. I love her song. But last year, when I saw her at the TMA with the backup band, I was disappointed because that band didn't work well with her. I felt they kind of disrespected her music. They didn't learn it. So I don't
right,
know how they put it together, but this year, oh my God, it was 10 times better because the band that she had as a backup were all
right,
great.
right. And sometimes that happens. Different artists they go their separate ways. Sometimes you got a bass player that plays 10 times with 10 different bands at the fanfare. And
I
like I
noticed
said,
that.
I can't speak. Yeah, I can't speak on behalf of what happened with her band that year. That's between her and her family that booked that. But yeah, we've got some bands out there too that. Oh my God, my bass player, he left us last minute. I had to get somebody to fill in. That could hurt you in the long run. Also, here you are ready to have a big, big show. You've been practicing with your band members, and all of a sudden, bam, somebody leaves. Temper
Okay.
spare. There's no telling why, but uh, some bands,
Okay.
they came in thinking, "Hey, man, we got a good show," and then you just have an off day.
Okay,
You know,
that maybe that was it. It happened last
right,
year. Someone got sick because
right,
I did notice several accordionists play with several other bands and some backup
right,
sectors. So yeah, I
right,
never thought about that. But
right.
okay, this is something I saw you on Wednesday on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, and I wanted to address a little bit what happened there for our audience and those people. If you hadn't seen it, go back after the show and you can listen to it. But I thought Bumper was a little strong on asking you questions because, like I said earlier, I know what it takes to put on an event, and he's coming from like the fan side, and he gets inundated with questions about the TMA, and you're right. Some of the things they said, like you answer, said you don't make a profit or a huge profit every year. Sometimes it's a losing year, like
Right.
probably the year right after COVID, the time you put up there.
Oh
But
yeah, definitely. Yes.
yeah, so
Like I said, everybody thinks that this organization makes millions of dollars. And
yeah,
they just don't know that you see these massive crowds, but did
yes,
you actually see everybody going to the beer booths and buying beer? Where do you make millions of dollars
yes,
off buying beer? I will never understand that.
right.
The
You think
parking,
that
the park, the parking.
yeah. I was going to ask you. I heard that part, right? So have you ever taken into
Yes.
consideration maybe move? Oh,
Hold on a second. Okay, say something, Bino. 1 2 1 2.
can you hear me?
Audio. No, I
No,
can't hear you.
he's going to circle
Okay,
back.
you're gonna okay, refresh again. All right, all right. You know what? I was trying to figure this out. I know how you can make $1 million on a Tejano concert. Would you like to know?
Okay, can you hear me now?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Vito. I
So
was just gonna
wait,
explain to.
wait.
I,
He's
I
got
was gonna. I was
some
gonna
inquiring
explain.
information here. Let's
Okay,
go.
I was gonna explain to Nemo how you make $1 million on a Tejano concert. Okay, you start off with $1 billion, and then you make $1 million.
So my question before this joke, whatever it
I know.
was.
Okay, did it hit? I guess.
So my question was, okay, so you have such a following, you take it to Market Square, and they reap benefits galore. There's no way you could rent somewhere else that
Okay,
Oh, the market scared them.
yeah, I'm sorry, we can't hear you.
you're going off and on.
Damn it. Maybe can you do sign language?
Sound like can't
No.
hear you.
No, the whole thing was, they you put events on, you get beer. The beer alone will make you all kinds of money, on that. They do it here in Dallas Fort Worth all the time. They used to be larger events and stuff. So, and you have such a following. You have all the connections. You've been out there. I'm not. You've been in the market at least 7 years because that's what you said. So you have all the right connections to do that. So there's no way you can move this to a different location that will accommodate where you could sell to the vendors. I heard on his show that it was $5,000. Is that for the weekend? Is that for the week? I don't know. For you to sell food
For a
out there.
booth?
Yeah, on the booth. So that was crazy. And then you could get sponsors and stuff because it's away from Market Square and stuff. That's just me thinking out loud. It's a tradition. I know Market Square, but hey, if it's not yielding you money.
Yeah, your audio's cutting off.
Let me try to
Okay.
read.
Okay, wait, I think maybe you were too far.
Okay, I
Okay,
hear
I
it
heard
now.
a little
No
bit.
reboot.
Okay, go ahead and reboot again. I don't know, it's audio or your internet connection's cutting off.
All right.
All right, we'll try it one more time.
I
All right?
I think yeah.
No, refresh.
Let him work. Let him work it. There he goes.
Okay,
It's one of
okay,
those snicker
we'll
moments
refresh.
where you
Okay.
have
All
that
right.
question, then you put it in your mouth so you can answer.
You didn't like my joke? How do
Yeah.
you make $1 million? You start
You
off with a
start
billion?
billion. Yeah. Come on, man.
Okay, you start off with $1 billion.
Come on, man. Come on.
Okay, okay. All right, because it does. We didn't make money doing the North Texas on the Music Festival every year, and we kind of had to stop because we got outpriced by these artists. I think we paid like 15 to 30 thousand dollars, and I think Emilio was asking for like 35 back in the day. And so,
And y'all's were free. And that's another thing I was
no,
gonna
no,
say. Can't
no,
Is there any way you could charge at a gate or something for this?
ours wasn't free. They had to pay like $5 at it, but
Yeah.
yeah, but you
And
know,
but with them you could bring an ice chest in. I remember with
no, we
yours you
could.
guys could you
No,
weren't?
you couldn't bring an ice chest because we had to make beer sales.
Yeah.
Remember, our event, we're making raising money for scholarships. They had a if the, they we had applications, and it's for communication majors and music majors. That okay, wait, I think Bino might be coming in. I can hear it. I can hear you, but I can't see you. I don't see your.
So yeah, I mean that's nothing. Maybe you could put like gates at the
Okay,
entrance, but I know Market Square is about all the people and stuff. And
okay. Whoops, Bino, are you there? Okay, are you there?
nice. Gonna have to get rid of one of the screens.
Can you hear me there?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can't see you though.
Okay. Yeah, for some reason it's trying to interfere with the audio and video for some reason. Ever since I did my update last week on my iPhone, it's been interfering. So it'll work for just a little bit, and all of a sudden the audio starts cutting out of the video. So we might have to finish out the show just with the audio. Is
With
that
just
fine?
audio?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
Yeah.
that works.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And besides, all we want to do is hear. We don't want to see you.
So yeah,
Just messing.
you have a face for radio, man. No worries.
Oh, base for radio. Oh,
Ouch.
I
No.
have a question about that.
Yeah.
You said coming soon to the Tejano Music Awards and National Radio Show. So is it going to start like
Yes.
in the fall?
Well, I've been trying to start this about 4 months now, but of course, I get so busy with fanfare, and it's just like no time to really start working on it. So, like right now, I'm trying to build up my logs for my artist mentions and all that kind of stuff. Their audio drop, the artist drops, and all that kind of stuff. Still, so I'm getting there. I pretty much have a format in mind that I want to do. I need to totally make it different compared to the other three that have actually done this before because. Bobby Lopez did it for the longest time prior to me coming on board, and he did a phenomenal job. And then JD Bodil was another artist that another radio DJ that was doing it as well. And then now this makes the third. So this has been a tradition for a long time. This
Okay.
radio show's been around for a good while,
All right.
and
Is that a syndicated show? Like
it
you do?
is.
Okay.
It is.
So is
Yes.
it like sort of like Rudy Trevino's top 20 Tejano Gold countdown or something?
Correct.
And is
Correct.
Rudy Trevino still doing it right now?
Yes, he is. Matter of fact, he's still out there. He's still got the top 20 going, and
we just spoke the other day, and he ran some commercial spots for the Tom Music Awards fanfare for us. And congratulations to him for doing that. He's been a real good sponsor for the Tom Music Awards lately. And like I've always spoke to everybody. My thing is I don't have hatred toward anybody. I mean, there's always going to be those who have something bad to say about the Tom Music Awards. I would have never put myself with the Tana Music Awards if it was a fake organization or there was scandalous things going on. And that's one thing about me. I mean, I'm not. My name is my name, and I'm not about to put it out there and make a mockery of it. And ever since I've been with TTMA, I haven't. That's one thing. I've never seen anything like, oh, they're paying this band to play, or they're paying them off for the awards. That's because people are out there, and winning,
Okay.
accept it. It's because you build up a fan base. That's what it really comes down to. It's like in any kind of voting process. The more the people know you, the more they're going to vote for you. So but don't let that
Right.
discourage you.
Right. Up
Just
there.
because you don't win, just think about it. Just to be on the public vote, okay, you won already. Okay,
Right.
because now your peers, which are the industry, are the ones who voted for you to be in that top 12. And that means that the industry knows who you are. So, hey, I mean, if you're an up and coming band and you qualify for this coming year's the 43rd annual Tana Music Awards, and you're on that top 12, hey, that's a win already. I mean, I'd be like, wow, I'm grateful already at that, even if I don't make the top 5.
Yeah.
Well, what happens if you make the top 5 with your peers in the industry voting for you and the fans? Okay, now not only does the industry know who I am, but the fans also know who my band is. Wow, I might already have a shot at winning this thing. So once we actually get through the public vote, the tabulations come in. We don't know who wins until it's actually there on the podium when they announce it. That's why you'll never see the Tana Music Awards trophies made in advance. Is because
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah. I
and
heard
and
that
that's
whenever
and that's
you
been for
were
the longest
you were.
time.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool.
They see a trophy on stage, but it's just a winner's trophy. That's all it is.
Yeah.
It's just
Well,
a trophy we have there just to present. But it doesn't have their name on it. Now, the only ones you'll see with their names on it will be your lifetime achievement award winners. Of
right.
course, we already know who those are. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
I think the
So,
I don't know if you know, I'm a college instructor, and same thing goes for graduation. They hand them a
right
fake
He
diploma.
always brings stuff up that's not
there you
necessary.
go. Right, they do.
Go ahead.
They
Right,
give them a fake diploma and they get it in the mail later, or they pick it up later. So yeah,
right.
so that's
Yeah,
standard
because I
for
mean, it's hard to start printing all that out, and
yeah,
you're 1 week away from graduating, and you fail your test. Now you just made that trophy for nothing. You know what I mean? So,
exactly.
like I said, a lot of people still are, and I like to educate everybody on this because I was one of those ones also when I first, started watching this thing. Is like, how does the process work? But I took the time to start reading the guidelines, and the guidelines are on the Tana Music Awards webpage. We're about to update them for this coming year. Get all the new dates out there ready, so this way the artists can go ahead and start nominating themselves. So now we
Okay.
can actually talk about awards now because we're at that process we're about to start. So the Tejano Music Awards does not nominate any bands. In other words, we don't go over there and say, "Hey, you qualify. You need to come over here, and we're going to put you in."
Yeah.
No,
So
the
you don't pick
artists
your favorites.
no, the artists have to nominate themselves, or their record label has to, nominate themselves into those categories. So
You
if you
have to
see a
have a record
band,
label.
so if you see a band out there that especially when you get the industry ballot, okay, the industry ballot is only for industry only, not the fans to look at. It's just for the industry, okay.
Hmm.
At that point, you're kind of like the eyes of the Tana Music looking at that ballot to see, does this artist qualify for that category? Did they submit wrongfully for that category? If they did, we're really really hoping that the industry comes back and says, "Hey, so and so they qualify for this year, but they put into the wrong category. They need to be taken out of that category." We get that information, we look it over, and if it's 100% where we need to pull them out, we'll pull them out. We try to
Okay.
get all this taken care of before it goes out to public because it's then at that point it's pretty embarrassing. The whole industry allowed that to slip through. Even the Tana Music Awards, and there it is in the public now. And then we got to go back and take them off. So it's very important, and like I said, I'm trying to teach this to everybody that's on how this process works. It's
Yeah.
not just to go vote. You're, like I said, you skim through the whole ballot to make sure that these artists do qualify for this category that they're submitting in.
Yes, and I,
Oh,
I want to. I remember when you asked me to fill out the media thing, and I had an issue.
right.
You actually have a tech guy that you gave me. His name is Joseph,
That's
and
correct.
he helped me real. He actually filled out the form for me because it wouldn't go process. Then later on, I found out what it was wrong. So, a lot of these
Right.
artists don't have an excuse because Joseph, your tech guy, is really good, and he could help
Right.
anybody figure it out. And so,
That's right. And we're here to help in any way that we can to make sure that you can nominate yourself. If you have a problem, send me an email or text me because I get bombarded with so many phone calls, so it's easier for me to see the text, respond to the text, or an email, so I have it in writing. And then I'll call Joseph. Hey, so and so's about to call you, or he's going to send you a text. And he's about to call you. He's got an issue with the application, and
okay.
Joseph's more than welcome. He's there to help anybody. When it comes
Right.
down to it, so he
Would
can kind of show you. Okay, well, this is what happened. So this way, next time when you sign up, you need to do this different. You
would
know,
you say that you're the face of the TTMA right now? Kind of like Rudy Trevino was the face back in the
Or
day.
fanfare.
a lot of people have said that before. I'm just me.
Who's the
I
president right now of
I
the?
do my job. And of course they see me more than they do the board.
Right.
In that respect. You know, Frank and Robert, they've got a lot of trust in me when it comes down to doing this job. That's why they've given me the radio show to take over. They'd like me to do all the announcing and all that kind of stuff as well. So I guess you could say yes, I
Yeah.
am.
Yeah. So what were
Uh,
you prior to this? Were you a DJ? Were you an artist?
I matter of fact, I started off my radio career with Bandito Radio, which became later BNet Radio.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
the
Okay.
whole way I got tied into TTMA, it just so happened that well, at that time it was Bandito Radio. They were at the Mariachi stage, which is no longer in the same spot where the BNet stage is now. It was on the steps right across from Itiana Restaurant there at Market Square.
Okay.
Uh, the, uh, the gentleman in charge of the stages at that time, he came up there asking, "Is there anybody available who can go MC San Saba North stage because their MC was not going to be able to make it?"
Okay.
So of course I jumped to the right up and I was like, "Hey, I'll go do it."
Nice.
And so hey, from there, man, my thing was I got up there, did my job. Um, the artist, I mean, I didn't care who it was, new, young, or whatever, established. I gave those guys the best intro that possibly could happen for them. I wanted them to feel cheap
Yeah.
going on stage, man.
Yeah.
When I got up
Yeah.
there to do that, that was one thing I loved to do was to bring on a band with a great intro. I always believe that was very important. Not only does it make the band feel like, oh my God, here we
Oh
go,
yeah.
Yeah.
it pumps them up, and it does the same thing for the fans.
And
And
your brother is a very good hype man too. You work with your brother
yeah,
works with him.
So who's better?
he's learned from me, if you
Okay.
should
All
see.
right. Yeah. I was gonna say it sounds like he's a hype man, but okay.
All
Is your
right.
brother?
Yeah,
So you're not part of Bina?
so
Is Bina still around? I know they
being
were
that is
real. They
around,
blew up during COVID, right? For the
yeah.
most part.
So yeah, as a matter of fact, they have a stage there. It's still BNet stage. It's just
Okay.
in a different spot now, but right across from La Margarita.
Okay.
But yeah, Dave and them are still around, man. They're still pushing new artists and everything on their
Yeah.
station.
No.
So
No.
and I keep in contact with them. It's I had to part ways with them because there was a conflict of interest. Being with
Right.
TTMA and then also trying to be with that radio station. So Dave understood. But at the same time, I still respect him and the Boogeyman for allowing me to be a part of that station when it first started. Hell, if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be where I am today with the Tejano Music Awards organization. Period.
They were
And
kind of like the originals,
That's
right? For the most part.
yeah. Dave and Boogeyman, who are the ones who actually originally started that whole thing with the internet. I mean, so
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
they're the actual originators of the Tejano internet stations.
Yeah.
That they're
Hmm.
the first ones to actually start that. And
Yeah.
now we've got so many great internet stations out there. I've always told everybody, if you say that Tejano music's dead and I don't have Tejano music in my hometown, you know, everybody has a phone. Hey, it doesn't take much to find an app out there of your favorite radio internet stations. Heck, even the FM stations are now all apped up now, so where you can go on there and listen to their music. I can listen to KXTN from right here in my hometown, where of Clute, Texas, You know,
Yeah.
the home of Selena. I can listen to that here. I can listen to any station I want to anywhere around the world.
Okay.
So you don't
So
have to have an FM AM station in your hometown. Because antennas are pretty much gone from cars pretty much now. It's all
Yeah,
yeah, it's all digital stuff.
it is.
So
so
I don't really listen to too much, terrestrial radio either. I've got XM radio in my car. I've got my
yeah.
apps in my car also that I listen to Tana music, to the sponsors and all that kind of stuff also to keep, making track of, them with artists when they do artist interviews. I listen to that. And, like I said, I'm always here to help all these radio stations that need help. And I try to reach out to them as well, too, to find out exactly do they want to be a part of the fanfare. And most of them really didn't have an idea on how to reach out to us.
Right. Hey,
Uh,
Bino.
some,
Uh,
uh-huh.
so the TMA is your full time job now, right? It's
TMA, well, no, it's not full time because I do have a DJ and production company that we have is 3G Entertainment.
oh, okay. And
I
so
stay very busy with that, weddings, quinceañeras. We do a lot of corporate events. We're going to be going to Vegas here for the Talo National Takeover. So, yeah, I mean, we got a lot of things that are happening. We got some cruises lined up again.
okay,
I haven't done a cruise in a good while, but they want us to come back again. So, looking forward to that here in the next couple of years.
okay.
Once we get everything
Are you
taken care
based
of.
are you based out of San Antonio or somewhere else?
No, I live in Clute, Texas, where
So
Selena
the
was
signal was
raised.
raised.
Where,
Yeah,
Well,
where
but the
where's
DM.
where's that at? Where's
Clute, Texas is about 50 minutes south of Houston,
Oh
coming toward Dallas.
wow.
Yes.
Oh
So
wow.
I
So
live
you
I live about 30 minutes away from Galveston.
oh wow. So you have to stay like a couple weeks in advance during this event so you to coordinate everything in
So
San
in
Antonio.
so just to give you an idea, so I left my home on Tuesday around 9 o'clock in the morning. I got to San Antonio about 2 o'clock. And then from there, it was nothing but try to start getting set up in our office, getting stuff running around doing errands, trying to get office supplies, uh, last thing materials that we needed for stages or whatever we needed. Wednesday, move-in day. Stages start getting built, road closures start happening,
Right.
ice machines start rolling through, the food booths, merchandise booths, all those start getting the structures start coming up. Um, Man, sound crews start coming in, start putting up production. So Wednesday is pretty much a very very busy day, and then Thursday, sound checks start happening. We start having our ribbon cutting ceremony at noon, and then from noon we start,
Okay.
until Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Okay, you were saying you're starting on Tuesday. Now, if you remember, you put up a challenge to at Bumper's show, and
Uh huh.
because we during that session we were saying and said, how come there's no fanfare autograph signing like it was back in the '90s and stuff like that? And you said, well, it takes a lot of volunteers and stuff. So
Right.
Lawrence, you remember DJ India was there.
Uh huh.
Lawrence told me, and I think he said to you, he says, I'm going to volunteer to do that. Uh,
Right.
and so he kidnapped me, and he said that you and I are going to do it, buddy. And I said, but I live in Dallas and stuff like that. But I said, okay, I will help you as much as I can. So
Right.
hopefully you're hearing it here. We're going to
Right.
try our
Well,
best
I get that.
to do. Maybe we should do it on Wednesday, the day before. Now I can't remember back in the
So
'90s.
the whole thing about the artist meet and greet, it's
Yes,
it starts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those
right.
3 days. Because on Wednesday we can't do anything because construction is going on throughout Market Square trying to get everything put up. So there's actually nothing going on there. But yeah, Thursday is of course kickoff party for us. That's what we pretty much call it. It's our first day, getting everything ready, and of course when we kick off at noon,
What if
everybody's
we
so busy.
what if
The
we
artists
did
are busy too, because most of your artists that want to do the meet and greet don't come into town until late Thursday night. So you're looking
That's
at
true.
full day Friday, full day
That's true.
Saturday, half day Sunday.
Yep.
You
okay?
know,
Yeah, that's
so what we
understandable.
would do the new autograph session, we would have anywhere from 6 to 10 tables out there.
Right.
Um, it's a
I
schedule. You had to
That
put a whole schedule
makes
together
sense.
for all
right.
that for the artists to come in and do that throughout the day.
Yeah.
It's
I
not an easy. I'm going to
right.
tell you right now, it's not an easy task whatsoever. It will wear you out. Also, I
They
Oh,
wish
I
I could take care of it, but like I said, it's a lot of work. It
okay.
really is. I'm
We're
having to
gonna
keep
try
up.
our best. We're
Okay,
gonna start
Right.
so
that.
yeah, and just to circle back on moving the event or whatever, trying to make money, like putting gates up at the at parts of Mercado, is that even possible, or is that not even possible?
You know,
That's a
it's
headache.
I
the
know,
thing
but
is
if
we
it
want to keep we
right,
want to keep it free because I mean because
it's
the
family.
artists
Hmm.
they're coming free as well too. So the thing is it's hard to control people bringing in their own beverages.
Right,
You know,
Right.
um, now what I don't understand is that there's other events that happen where they actually do make sure that that they can't bring these beverages in
correct.
coolers and all that type of
Yeah,
stuff. I'm just kind of about dumbfounded on why it doesn't happen there at Market Square as well. But
It's
like
not.
it is at the end of the day. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, the weather played a big factor into it this year. There was massive crowds out there, yes, but a lot of them just weren't drinking like they usually do. I mean, when I walked into the office and saw the water's still stacked in there,
yeah, it wasn't hot enough to
it
drink.
wasn't hot enough to drink a lot of water out there.
Understood.
Right.
Now Saturday, yes, people were buying water like crazy, and the temperatures got up on a little bit above normal than it was supposed to be. The sun
Okay.
came out, so yeah. I mean, I was running around. I was like, man, I need to take this jacket off. It's getting hot out here already.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, this weather played a big factor into everything this year. But I'm still grateful that the fans came out there. They didn't let that stop them.
Yes.
Well,
They
Yes.
still came out, enjoyed a
we're grateful that you
great.
came on our show. So
Yes. Okay.
we
Now
appreciate that.
we do have a live chat. Can you see live chat on your side?
I can't.
You can't? Okay, so I'm going to read a few. I'm a very bad reader. I'm a math teacher for a reason. All right, so
And
let's see. Oh,
ask him to pronounce signal.
Sigano. I said it wrong? Sigano, right?
Signal. Yeah,
Signal.
there you go.
Okay, my Spanish sucks. Okay, everybody knows that. Okay, a big time fan of ours, Sam. He's back. We found out his dad was in the hospital for 2.5 months, so he's back now. But
Oh, great. Better.
uh, he said, "Thank you all. Before I forget, buddy, I remember correctly. Did you go to Vegas once? Yeah. Thanks. Okay,
Yeah,
everybody drink.
no, yeah, you
Everybody
have no
drink.
idea because
Okay.
he likes to say that he goes to Vegas. Oh,
Yeah.
he puts so much he drops names like crazy. I
Yeah.
mean,
We have
no,
a drinking
yeah.
game on this
So
show. Like
anyway, go ahead.
if I say I go to Vegas, if I
Yeah,
name drop, or
or-
if I say no, 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 everybody take a shot or
yeah.
something like
So
that.
anyway, okay, so let's wrap it
Okay.
up.
All right. And so let's see. Alfredo Rios. He said the lone Mexican. He said, "Hey, what's up, buddy and Nemo?" And he said that they played on the Concho stage. Group
Grupo Fijo.
Fijo.
Yeah, Fijo.
Okay.
Yes. Matter of fact, they even gave me their cards when for next year too. So yeah, great
Okay.
reviews, guys. Great reviews, man. Everybody was talking great about
I,
you guys' performance.
I wish they had told me that they were going to play there because I didn't get a chance to see them. I said, rats. Next year, you're going to have to contact me and say, hey, I'm going to be on this stage at a certain time. Okay. And let's see. Let's say they moved it to the Tower of the Americas. Or,
That was just an option for move the
oh, okay.
band to Tara
Yeah.
of Americas.
Hey, have you ever guys thought about moving it to DFW? The TMA?
There's been they want to do the thing about it is we only have two events. We got the awards and we got the fanfare.
Okay.
Dallas has reached out before, not like the whole big scale fanfare, but to come and do something with with our organization there.
Okay.
The Rio Grande Valley's reached out. El Paso's reached out. It's just our team. We don't have a huge team.
Okay.
Uh, it's kind of hard to do more than just two events. I still got enough energy in my body right now. I could have went another day and done another extra day of fanfare, but eventually that's fixing to come to an end here once I actually start settling down. I'm still on the go.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um, but
sounds
I,
like it.
yeah, I
I,
say it's the manpower what it really comes down
Yeah,
to.
I remember
You know,
back in the '90s, they used to have a nomination dance,
right,
or they also had, and that was like at the Desperados in Arlington here. And I remember La Tropa F. That's just one time I remember there was a
right.
nomination dance, and you had music video award uh, segment, and then I think at Fort Worth, they actually hosted a Tejano music autograph
Yeah, they
session.
did a fanfare one time at Betty Bob's where a bunch of artists came down
Yeah,
Came
and
out there
stuff.
in the autograph session. That's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah,
I look back on all those years, and That's where I ran across the it's Tejano time on the
What?
YouTube.
What?
Yes, I was
What?
watching that back then. I was like, man, I said I saw some of the shows when you did Emilio and with Stephanie when they were really young,
Oh
man.
Oh
Lord,
yeah.
Stephanie,
And I said,
don't say
and
Stephanie in front of him.
Yeah.
I was
So,
just sitting here talking to the vice president Frank earlier. I said, you know what? I said it's crazy that I ran into Buddy who used to do the show back in the day. I
yeah.
said I just and I had seen that show before on YouTube, and I was like, I wonder whatever happened to him. And then here you are popped up
Ta-da.
in my life. Wow, it's like that's crazy. But I'm glad because like I said, I really enjoyed those shows that you were doing back there.
The highlight
Yep.
of the shows was the countdowns. Might
Yeah.
add.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Nemo used to be the guy that did the countdowns.
yeah,
And
that's right.
now,
Yes.
if you rewatch that, go listen to him again, and you'll hear another guy named Americo who is yelling
Uh-huh.
out the list to him because he could never memorize it.
Well, yeah, it was all last minute. I mean,
Ah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was
Whatever.
always at a bar or
Right.
club.
No,
After I've
no,
been
no, no,
drinking,
no.
then they want to put me on camera. I said, "Let's do it." And so there I go.
No,
And,
even though
Yeah.
you,
the
but
list was there.
it's your top 10 list
Yeah.
that
Oh
was
yeah.
in your
Right.
paper.
It was back then we had a paper called the Honor Review, and we did the
Right.
top one. So so yeah, it was
You know,
my list.
I look back, I try to research all the old stuff I could find on YouTube as far as like the awards stuff that came out. Back then, of course, they had major players. They had Coca Cola,
Oh
Southwest
yeah,
Airlines, name it. The show was already paid for before the tickets even went on sale.
yeah,
So it wouldn't be out of the ordinary for them to say, hey, give a radio station 1,000 tickets to give out. It didn't really
right.
bother them because sponsorship paid for it.
Especially at
We just
Alamo
don't
Dome.
have
Yeah.
that sponsorship money we did back then. Alamo Dome is crazy right now with their pricing. We tried it, and just we still failed as far as trying to get anything accomplished as far as trying to make a profit off it. But at the end of the day, Robert and Frank, they both have Frank's a lawyer, and Robert's a lawyer, and Frank's he's retired now from AT&T.
Okay.
But Frank also has a tax company that he does. So like I said, they got money to where if we take a loss that hopefully we'll make it up on the next event. Um, but hey, sometimes it's very hard
Yeah,
to make up some of that money sometimes. But like I said, people think we're making millions and millions of dollars
Yeah,
off this
yeah.
event, guys. They just
It's
need to
yeah,
get
just
off
yeah.
the already.
yeah.
What's
For
what? And my biggest thing is what's going to happen when the Tana Music Awards is not around anymore.
don't say that.
I
You
think
know, yeah,
there
it
will
comes
always
to
be another
that.
Bino G
It's
out there.
like
I think that just in love with with the whole thing and help
right,
them up and with new ideas and stuff. So,
right.
hopefully, God
You
willing,
know,
we'll
that-
continue on.
when I've always thought about that. What would people do once it's done? You know,
You know
are
what?
those are the ones who actually talked all this mess back then going to be like, man, what do we do now? You know, uh,
Maybe we have to take it online, like a probably
Like
like
COVID, like during COVID.
yeah for
yeah.
COVID.
But like I
No,
said, it's just one
no,
of those things where there's so much. I mean, and honestly, there's negativity out there, but it's the same people over and over and over again.
yeah,
Uh, and then there's so much great positive energy out there.
Right.
And that's what people tell me all the time. Hey, don't worry about the haters. I really don't pay attention to them too much.
yeah. After
Uh,
this event is nothing but good vibes that you
it's for
felt.
yeah, they
Yeah,
don't know what's going into this. They just see the stages up, they see the bands performing, and they forget that there's so much money involved putting this thing together. If you have ever put an event together, you know that there's a lot of cost into it. Now, this event is in triple digits. And hey, I mean, really, it's one of those things to where if you don't have a great fanfare, would we be back the following year? And I'm not gonna lie, 2020 was that year where we were like, "Are we done?"
Yeah.
I mean, one day and we still lost 3 days out of it. That really hurt. It really did. I mean, we were scared there for a while. It's like,
Yeah.
what do we do? But if we
Yeah.
had those millions and billions of dollars the haters say we did, we wouldn't even worried about it, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Like I said,
The key
I
thing.
always preach that during the interviews because it's like, come on, guys, you just need to get off of that already.
Yeah.
yeah.
The key
Just
thing
making
is
yourself look crazy out there posting that kind of stuff, man. That's all.
yeah. Oh,
I go
there's
ahead.
haters everywhere, but the key thing for that is you got to work on sponsorships. I remember we had Benny Keith with Bud Light beers.
Right.
They gave us seed money and they paid for like some of the artists that like La Tropa F was sponsored by Bud Light, and they said, okay, in part of their contracts, you have to perform for certain festivals that were sponsoring. So we got Lathrop
Right,
Effort for free one year, and
right.
cash money, and just to help feed it. And yeah, we had one of those guys that you said, if we ever needed seed money, his name was Jose Mora, and
Uh huh.
he's a good friend of mine, and he's pretty well known in the Tejano industry here in Dallas Fort Worth. But he passed away a
Oh,
couple years ago, and he was my inspiration to restart Tejano. It's Tejano time again because
right,
I went to his funeral, and I talked to everybody, and it started bringing back my joy again. So that's why
right.
I'm back here. And
Well,
so,
I'm glad you're back. Both of you are back, man. Thank y'all so much. I mean,
thank you.
you know,
No, no, thank
hey,
you, man.
All
well,
right.
see, now you don't make my dream come true. I was like, man, I wish I would have been back then and been on that show. I thought like it was a
Yeah,
fun show. So
yeah,
there you go. Now I'm on
yeah,
All right.
there.
yeah.
Well, I
Well,
do have
You know,
footage. I will put you on It's Tejano Time when I
yeah.
start redoing
He's
the
gonna
music
he's gonna do
video.
like
oh well, thank you,
time
thank you.
2.0.
2.0,
Yeah,
exactly.
so cool. No, but
Now,
this was
But
fun, man. We
okay, wait,
appreciate
wait.
it
you.
is.
But wait,
Okay,
You know,
Bino.
I
uh,
like speaking. You know, we'll
hey,
go back to the bumper thing where people said, "Oh, man, he was trying to, check you and this and that." You know what? When I talk to Bumper, and this is all honesty, I told him we need to keep this serious because people are not going to think we're serious if we're joking around a lot. You know, when it got to the issues, we got really serious about it. You
Mhm.
know, but hey, if you have nothing to hide, the answers are easy to come out.
you were so
Sure.
You know,
transparent on everything, on all
Yeah.
your answers and
yes,
everything. You're so,
you know,
it was just two good conversations between two good buddies.
it really was. You
Right.
know,
It sounded
Now,
it
real
really
good.
was,
The show
and
was
that's what I really
badass.
wanted to come out of that, and we
right.
did. And I was
Yeah.
very happy with it. Not one time did I feel like I was under pressure about anything because there was
You
nothing to be
you
under
didn't
pressure
stutter at
about.
all in your
Right.
question.
Now,
No,
I'm
like I
not.
said,
I'm not
go ahead.
saying that Bumper was trying to throw you under the bus. He asked questions that a lot of people were asking,
Yeah,
and it was good to clear the air. And you answered
It,
them
it
very
definitely
well.
is, because a lot of people don't know what really happens. They,
Oh
they
yeah.
follow the ones who mislead everything.
yeah.
They follow them thinking that they know the full truth, and it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good
You
about
know,
fans and stuff.
what
How
was good about that too is that a lot of people did learn a lot from that. Now they kind of
Right.
understand.
right, right.
Yeah.
Hey, I mean, they're not making all this money like everybody
Right.
says that they are. I was one of those people too, just like I said on his show, that when I was there working the beating that stage, when I was not even a part of TTMA, I was like, man, these people must make a lot of money out here. Look at all these people.
Yeah.
But at
And,
the end of the day, it's not like that. You
right.
know,
And the TMA is also well, it's the TTMA, right?
yes, the Texas
It's a
Talent Musicians
right,
Association.
and they're providing
TTMA, yeah,
right.
are
They're
the producers of the Talent Music Awards.
right.
That's the correct proper way of saying it.
Right. And so you're raising money for scholarships, and sometimes you can give out lots of scholarships. Sometimes you can't give out any scholarships, depending on how much you raise and stuff like that. It's because it's very
Right,
costly. Yeah.
right.
So yeah.
Yeah,
Have you?
like I said, with everything happening right now, we're hoping to get back to those points. Like I said, when the big sponsors were there, scholarships were there. We're hoping
Oh
to get
yeah.
back to that point again. You know what? It's going to take this whole industry, all of us, and I will say this again. There was a message that was sent out from Jesse Turner that night there at the stage for everybody to unite. That's what the
Yeah.
message was. Hey, if we want this industry to grow as a whole, we all need to unite.
Hmm.
With all this bickering that everybody does amongst each other, putting bands down and this and the way, you know what? Help that band. Tell them what they're doing wrong. See if you can help them fix the issues.
All right. And
Country music went this. The country music went through the whole thing also, where they were going downhill, and they had to have new songwriters come in and help them. And I
right.
tell you what, man, since then, it's a totally new era of country music.
Do you think
We're
that's
in
the
a new era
answer?
of Tejano music.
New writers? I agree with you there. We need something fresh. Absolutely. Yeah, it's good
Right.
for
You
you.
know,
And the established artists need to help bring up the new artists and try, give them a
And
chance to build them up.
Jay Pettis also, Shelly Lotta, Stephanie, all these,
Yeah.
the established artists, man, they're there to help. It's just like they said,
Yeah.
we need to start helping the new artists come in and let them know exactly what what they're about to get into.
Yeah,
Pass our knowledge over to them. I
absolutely.
mean,
Right.
at one time, like Jay or Stephanie, David Lee,
They're all beginners at one time.
Everybody started. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
We
there's our
lose
cue.
you know,
Bina.
There's our
Oh.
cue. Oh, hey. All right, Bino. Well, I think you're cutting off, and that's
okay,
our cue to cut
Oh
off.
no,
But
no, there he
yeah,
is. There he is.
But we
Is it
appreciate
Pastor?
you coming on, and maybe before the actual award show, you come back on and help push it again. You know, your
Oh
award
yeah.
show.
Yeah, not a problem, guys. Thank you for having me on here. I know we're out of time, but hey, thank y'all so much for having me here,
Okay.
and we look forward to the 43rd annual Tejano Music Awards coming here in the fall.
All right. Well, thank you. And
Thank you, sir.
we really appreciate you being here. All right.
Yeah.
No, thank y'all
And,
so
Okay.
and,
much.
so, and
All
sorry
right.
that Buddy's always bothering you and stuff for.
It's Tejano
It's
time.
always
I
Donald
like
time.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your new hype guy
Okay.
right there for your show.
All
Thank
right.
you, guys.
All right,
All right.
thank you,
Thanks
sir.
a lot.
Huh?
Okay. So now we have Bino's
Finish up. Yeah.
gone, and he's great. And I definitely want to have him on the show, and maybe he'll help push some artists back. Say, hey, you know what? You need to be on Tejano Talk with Buddy and Nemo in the future because they're legit or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And oh, I did tell you guys about Stephanie, right? Did I tell you
Can
that?
you read the comments? All right. So we're talking
Uh,
about.
oh wait. All right.
So
Oh yeah.
who is Marty
Let's.
Favila?
I don't know. Let's see. She said having connection issues on my end, so I'll catch it. Like, okay,
Oh, okay.
all
So
right.
appreciate it. Thank
So,
you.
and Alfredo, he says
Cubo.
Cubo, Cubo,
Cubo.
Cubo. Ah, I hate that. All right, mispronounce
He
it.
said he enjoyed playing this year. That's good.
All right, I'm glad you did. And
And he
Alfredo,
said he told you Sunday. You
you
didn't go.
did?
You didn't go see his
Oh
band.
man,
See?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
No excuses, especially if he told you.
Yeah, but you know what? Next time, email me because I keep a
Oh,
record of
whatever.
my
Or text
emails.
him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess. Okay, and then let's see. DM says, "What did y'all think about Angel y los Fantásticos?"
Did you see them?
I saw their name up there, but then again, I had to weigh my. I had to. I didn't get the chance to see them. I hope to catch them next year, and if they have any music videos, or they have some. Something they could send me, you could have them email me and I'll take a listen. And if they do have a music video, have them send it to me and I might put them on It's Tejano Time when I start
There
remixing
you go.
stuff.
Got to make it up.
Yeah. And let's see. Alfredo says, I mentioned that we were playing at the fanfare. Oh, response. As you were, I'm sorry. And it
No
says, Shelly
excuses.
Loudest is mentoring our granddaughter. Oh, I do remember that. I didn't know you were playing, though. I do remember your granddaughter. But I did see Shelly there. She helped, like, I think 2 or 3 artists. I think I saw 3 artists, 2 of them at the media event, and then I saw them 2 perform live
Okay.
at
So now he's
Fanfare.
calling you out.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. I, I need to be on
All
my
right. On
toes.
that note, and the fact that
Okay.
it's 20 after already, let's
Is
wrap
it?
it up.
Okay.
In broadcast.
All right. And I'm your host, Oraldo, for It's Tejano Time.
And I'm Nebo with Tejano USA.
And you've been watching and listening to Tejano Time. And
Thank,
stay
thank you.
tuned, subscribe, because Stephanie is going to come on pretty soon. And Gabe Zavala is going to come in because I've talked to him. And Shelly said in the next few weeks she's going to try to be on.
We also
All
have
right.
Pistolas on the
And
agenda. We
Pancho
have
Pistola, yes.
Elias from
Elias
home.
from the Homeboys
Yeah.
and
So
a
we
few
have a whole
others.
list.
Yes. Okay. And
Thank you.
hopefully, Bino, send those artists our way. Okay.
Yeah. Here we go. Thank
Okay.
you.
Because we're getting better at this. All right.
Thank you.
All right. See you next week. Have a great time. See you later, Nemo. End broadcast.